And off we go with Week 16 of the National Football League. It is our Christmas show. It is our Christmas show. What, we're 5 days away from Christmas? I think it's the 20th, right?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Our tour of returning kids on holiday, college students back from, whatever is it, holiday break, right, from schools, continues. We had Davis last week. Keaton, I don't know if he's got fear of missing out or what. My son Keaton is on the show. He was a late addition. I think he told me about 6 o'clock. It's 7:43 right now, local time. Changes the board a little bit, but he's on. Welcome, Keaton.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, very good. So, anyway, thank you to Davis as well last week. We'll talk about him in a little bit when we come up with the records. I know he said he was going to go 10-6. Davis, it did not happen. Anyway, we're all we talk about weather. We got our first snow, right, Dan?
Yeah, what, about 2 inches,
I
two
think
and a
so.
half, somewhere in there.
And
Wet snow. If you wanted to make a snowman, you'd been king.
Right, absolutely. But there were people very close to us who got 8-9 inches. I know Streetsboro, Streetsboro 30 minutes away, top end.
Just Cleveland.
Yeah.
8-9 inches of snow. So anyway,
Ton of accidents.
Yeah, there were a ton of accidents. Tom is supposed to be in the audience. He's not out here yet. I think he's still eating dinner. He's been here for a hot bit, and we got some people coming in this weekend, but we'll talk about all that in a bit. I know last week, the big news for me was we did our Zerusan Holiday Throwdown in Indianapolis. Keaton was obviously there. It was a very, very good time.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to have to open the beers first because I
Before-
got
right away.
questions.
Right away.
Yeah, I need a beer.
All right, do it.
All right,
beer
man.
reviews early this week. What we got, Dan?
Brew Kettle, so local brewery, in the can. It's called Winter Ale, and WMMS is a radio station locally here in Cleveland, and they've been dominating the Cleveland airways forever. And the buzzard logo, I mean, that's iconic Cleveland right there. WWMMS.
Do you listen to that?
The buzzard every once in a while.
What? It's like butt rock, right?
What do you mean butt rock?
Like Guns N' Roses and stuff like that?
Yeah, they play. Yeah, it's harder stuff. But I mean, in the morning they got to talk. It's a talk show, and then in the afternoon it's a talk show. So they.
You listen to it? You listen to talk shows?
No, I don't. Yeah, but who's the voice of the buzzard? Do you remember?
I have no idea. I'm not from here originally. You know that.
Len Goldberg.
Len Goldberg.
Len Boom Boom Goldberg.
Dan knows a lot of history about the radio station. That's good.
WMMS, home of the buzzard.
What's our alcohol content, Dan?
8%.
It's a winter. It says it's a winter ale, right?
Yeah, winter ale, warming, complex. On the front,
What's
it
the other
says
bullshit ingredient?
Cherry, orange peel, and mulling spices.
What the hell's a mulling spice?
Yeah, it's like what you put in cider.
Yeah? I like the can presentation, man.
Yeah,
It's got the
can-
buzzard on the
can
guitar.
is awesome, yeah.
Snowman on the drum kit.
Yeah. Rockin' Buzzard Holiday Brew.
We're early into this. What do you think, DM?
Oh, I like it.
Very fruity.
Yeah, you can taste the cherry right away.
Cherry's probably my least favorite fruit.
I like cherry.
Of course
pie.
you did, because you like sour shit.
That's good. I like that.
Dan likes the orange peel in there, I think.
Yeah, you taste the cherry and then the mulling spice. That's
Man.
good. I like
Oh,
that.
you like? Dan likes it. All
I
right.
like the can, too.
Nice
The
can.
can's
You can
awesome.
take them home with you, brother. You can take them home with you. The extra 2. They come in 4 packs. It'll be the last of our Christmas beers, I think, that we do. I'm not positive, so we'll see how that shakes out. It's a little bit of a struggle finding beers each week. But anyway, we were on last week, and then we're going to talk about what we're all going to do for Christmas before we talk about a huge slate of football games. But
Wait. Yeah, I want to hear this any trip because I got a picture of you guys freaking on a golf course.
Yeah, that's bad.
Shirtless.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Not
What's
me.
going on?
We went, it was night golf. We went best chipping, competition. My dad put it within 2 inches of the hole, so.
Wasn't that close. It was 4 feet.
So the bet,
Trying to gas
if you
you up.
lost, you had to take your shit off.
That was his winner's choice.
Yeah,
right there.
there's
Shirts
different-
went off, yeah.
Different bets that always go on, and something had to come out of it good. So I'm like, winner of this competition gets a picture with the other people with their shirts off.
Nice.
I could have said pants off. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if everybody's wearing panties or
That
not.
would have
But
been pretty gay.
anyway, yes, I got an awesome picture because I won the chipping contest, so that was fun. We had our.
So was that Thursday night or Friday night?
Friday.
My shit's running together.
We went in on Friday. We left here. It's about a 4.5 hour drive to where they live in the suburbs of Indianapolis. We left here around 12:30, got there around 5. It always gets super loose on Friday. That's a big night, and then, so yeah, we were up till, I don't know, probably 2 in the morning, playing dumb shit. I mean, there was regular card games and other stuff. We had that chipping contest and ping pong and pool and everything gets wild. So we had a great time, and then, big meal on Saturday. We used all kinds of grilling apparatuses. We had the regular gas grill. We had a charcoal grill. We had a Blackstone out there. We had steaks, salmon. I think what was that other shit?
Wait,
Tuna steaks?
you were at the same place with the original Traeger, right?
Tuna bacon.
No, different place. No OG Traeger there.
in Dayton?
You
Yeah,
got
okay.
it. So, but we had a great time, and then we had the exchange of presents. It wasn't too wild. We brought some good presents. Ours
What'd
got
you get
flipped
for the
around.
$30 thing?
My sister Christy, who is the only sibling of mine that religiously watches the show, made these awesome books of pictures that she had gathered of our childhood. So each sibling had their own kind of like page or two in the book, and it's an awesome book. And I got that. She put it in there. I know she made one for herself, but it was coveted. They got switched quite a bit. We brought a couple presents that got
Stolen.
Stolen a few different times. But I don't know. It was a great weekend. We had a great time. Oh, dude. And then we had to come back early because Connor and Keaton, through our law firm, got great seats to the Browns-Bears game up in Cleveland. Then we left at 5 in the morning on the dot. Got in town at 9:30, a little bit before 9:30 actually, make a time. But I swear to God, it rained every inch of the drive home.
Oh, yeah. Sunday morning was awful.
And the first two and a half hours was dark. I'm not good. My eyes aren't good in regards to that. But we had to get Connor and Keaton back for the Bears-Browns game. Talk about that, Keaton.
Yeah, what time did you get up there?
We got up there like 11:15ish. 20-minute walk.
Where'd you park?
Jack Casino,
Yeah.
there. So you just walk down straight, and then it's to your right.
Yeah, down 6th.
6th Street or something like
Yeah.
that. You walk in. We got like draft room, I think it was called. So,
Yeah, they had special privileges. It was a nasty day weather-wise to an extent. I know it kind of cleared up as the day went on a little bit, but they had
The sun was shining at the end of the game when the Browns won.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
We'll
someone-
talk about that maybe in football. I don't know. I'm sure it's going to rear its head a few times. Maybe Dan and I get into it. Let's talk about Dan and I getting into it last week. I didn't realize that.
You were drunk?
No, bullshit.
You're a
Anyway,
douche.
I didn't realize that Dan had got so salty with me in regards to me cutting him off
Because you were
until
drunk.
I got like 3.
Were you sober?
I came off pretty good. I played it back. I did not get a chance to play that show back because we were traveling, things like that, until Sunday. But I had to play it back, well, not only for the picks, but I had to see what really happened here because I got like 3 texts of people like, you and Dan okay? Like they were worried about us. My buddy Al sent that. I'm like, I looked at his text at first. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, I remember that. Like, how bad did it come off? It didn't come off that great. I finally played it back Sunday after the Bear game around 5 p.m. I don't know. Dan's never played it back. I think he came off on the bad end of it. But anyway, we're not talking about last week.
Don't be a douche.
Anyway, but you guys had a great time at the game, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
You
fun.
met Justin Fields, right?
Yeah, we got Connor's Buck ID sign and student ID for Ohio State. Justin Fields told me he's not allowed to sign Zen cans because it's bad for the advertisement of the team.
No, they can't sign
Wait, how
tobacco
did
products.
you run into him?
We went to the tunnel where like the visitors-
Signing before the game.
and every player signs like 2 things. Fields stayed out there for like 30 minutes, signed everyone's thing there.
That's
It was
freaking
pretty,
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You
to
gave
do.
him a Zen can.
I tried to give
What
him
a-
a Zen.
That's all you had, right?
I had that and my phone. It's like I forgot my wallet in Connor's girlfriend's car, and I was like, I can't get my Buck ID signed, so
So he
Try
signed
the
your
Zens.
brother's
Buck ID.
OSU
Yeah.
ID card.
He said it was pretty sick. He's
Yeah,
like,
well,
I like that a lot. And I was
he was
like,
a good
yeah.
guy. He was nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, dude.
That's good. So those guys had a great time. I know they did. They
What
got
about
free.
Cole Kmet? Did you talk to him?
I missed him like 5 seconds. I'm walking down. He ran in the tunnel.
Who else you see there autographing?
Tyler Scott autographed a lot since
Norton
he's from
kid,
Norton.
Yeah.
DJ Moore signed like 2 people, and then Brisker signed like half the people. I didn't get the auto though. Unfortunately, he's my favorite player. Didn't think it happened.
Who? Jaquan Brisker?
Yeah.
Nah. Anyway, well, you guys had a great time. They got back here. Everybody's safe and sound, so that's all good. We're on to Christmas, though, talking about this week. We got people coming in town tomorrow. Well, Tom's been here. He's not out here yet. I'm shocked that he's not out here. He talks about the podcast all the time. I think he'll be out here finishing dinner.
Probably
I
I'm going to
think.
come out here once you get sloppy drunk again.
Oh hell,
His son-in-law
that's
was
not what
an
happened in the
embarrassment.
first place. So anyway, we got Grant and his daughter Bridget coming up here tomorrow. Brief stay. I think they're Thursday through Saturday. Kevin, his lady Julie, they'll be up here as well. So we got a full house, man. We got a full house. Dan, do you have people coming in, or all your people are here, right?
Well, I mean, Jordan, she's coming down. That family, they're coming down from Connecticut. That's the only ones coming into town. Well, then my brother from Chicago's coming in.
Do they all stay with you, or how does that work?
No, Jordan usually stays with Mark's parents' house because they bring Hank, the big dog.
Hank, the big dog.
Yeah, the Mastiff.
What is that fucking thing weigh, man? I've seen pictures of
It's
it.
about 165.
Holy
Damn.
hell! What do you weigh, Keeter?
Like 185.
He's like the size of Keaton.
Oh my God, his head is. I mean, I think I have a big head. My head and neck area. When I put my head next to his head, I look tiny.
Damn.
That's funny. You cooking? You hosting, right? You got a big menu. You gotta do?
Christmas Day is at my house. Yeah, I talked to Denny over at Al's. I got a brisket coming, and I'm making homemade mac and cheese, and then everybody else is bringing everything else. So I got brisket and mac and cheese to make.
See the prices of the prime rib roast at Acme?
$9.99.
Yeah, like what, $10, $12, $15 off? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go for it?
No, I'm getting a brisket.
Ah,
I got a
I know, they're big
Wagyu
pieces.
brisket from Denny.
Wagyu.
Wagyu. I'm like, can I have the downtown Akron one? Got to be cheaper, right?
Right.
God damn.
It's like, I don't have those.
Oh shoot! What else do we want to talk about? Otherwise, we get into records. Let's talk about records last week. Dan, hey, you can see the shots on the table. Our guest picker. What did he say he was going to go, Dan?
10
10 and something.
10-6, he
14-2,
said.
I don't know.
He's learning it's not
no
that.
shot here for him.
No shot here for
Shit's
him. He's
not
learned
sweet.
it's not that easy. He went 7-8-1. One game under 500. Dan, 9-6-1. He is currently 120, 98-6 on the year. That's plus 22. He pushed his elephant pick with Cleveland. They were -3. The game unfortunately ended that way, at least for me, or at least the people to the center and right of the table here. I went 10-5-1. Another really good week. I'm 121, 97-6 plus 24. Yes, on Cincinnati, my elephant pick. They have big come from behind win. 9-5-1 on the season. That record keeps improving. Keaton, what are you going to do this week? We got 16 games. What's your record?
9-7, hopefully, is my goal.
At least you didn't fuck up the math. At least it added to 16.
Oh, fuck.
We got a wild schedule this week of football. I'm sure we'll get into all kinds of other
So
stuff.
are we going to do these?
Oh, hell, I forgot about that. Thank you, Dan.
What are you, bitch?
What we got in here, Dan? You know what we
I
got.
can't remember. Some
Oh,
habanero
smoky
bullshit.
mango habanero to warm the soul and heavy cream because it makes things better. I'm a little nervous. I would not make that into a cheesecake. Oh, God. It's a creeper burn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it-
sure.
I don't do
no.
burn well.
There's some burn on that.
God.
Yeah, the mango hob gets going like 5 seconds.
Holy
later.
hell. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the same as the cookie dough last week. We
No.
have a
That's not our best selection.
no.
No.
And we'll figure it out going forward. Hopefully, with the shots back on the table next
Here, wait,
week again,
hold
we'll see.
on.
What you
Before
got?
we start, are we going to the games next?
You got breaking news or something in your pocket?
No.
Shefty,
I got you something.
you got me a present.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Is this gonna be bad?
No. It's one of those gloves that holds your drink.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, I thought it was a pipe.
No.
No.
Hold on. Wait, how do I work it?
You go like that and then you put your drink in there, man.
It's Ohio State color.
This is awesome. Well, that is super cool. Thank you. Even though he's pissed at me. See, I told you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was pissed. at
So
you.
it's been the
Fuck.
Buckeyes,
We
man.
were at a.
That's
freaking-
awesome. I fucking
it was
love
a
it. Thank
White
you.
elephant gift.
Oh shit! It's a regift.
Oh,
No, it's not a regift. We went. Tammy's like, oh, we got to go to this party. Somebody from her work was having a party, so we showed up. Well, first she goes, "It's an ugly sweater party. Do you have an ugly sweater?" I'm like, "No, but I got an ugly hat." So I wore an ugly hat. We get there.
I love it.
They're doing white elephant stuff. Well, we don't have any gifts. So
Oh,
we're
shit,
sitting there
empty-handed.
drinking, watching. There were a couple other people empty-handed, but when I saw that open up, I'm like, everybody's trading and stuff. So I watched and saw who the last person was that got it, went and purchased it.
Dan, strategy. I love it.
I made the best trade. She walked out and there was cash, and I got that sweet Ohio State glove for you.
You got a little hole in the knit right there.
I'm empty. That's second hand. I got nothing for you. I'm sorry.
That doesn't matter. It was just a thing. I saw it and was like, hey, I need that.
I need that. I love it. I appreciate it. I really do. Football, man. We got a wild schedule. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, different fucking networks every which way. I don't know. We're going to try to cover it all. I didn't get a chance to scan the board as much as I would like to, but anyway, we always start with Thursday Night Football on Amazon, and it's a pretty good football game, actually. I mean, comparatively speaking to what we've had on Thursday nights. The New Orleans Saints travel to play the Los
Talk
Angeles.
about last week's Thursday night game.
Who was it? Talk to me
The
about
Raiders and the Chargers.
fuck.
Staley's last game.
Right.
Holy
Staley's
cow.
last stand. Holy
Jeez.
shit. We'll talk about it. Wow, what a debacle that was. I didn't watch any of it because I was at the holiday party. By the way.
Oh, Top Golf.
Yeah.
Drink minimum?
No, whatever you wanted. But it was a party. And you're wrong. I think you're wrong about that. I don't know. No, it didn't look like anybody that when we were on the third floor hitting banging balls, which I hit more than I should have. But it didn't look like anybody out there was on a 3-drink minimum.
What
Not
the
just
hell?
our crew, but everybody else. Like there were some balls going all over the
It
place.
must have been the host then of our party.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of bad golfers out there, but we were on the third floor. I'm seeing balls go like straight in the net to the right and left. Cue shots, who knows? Anyway, at the end of the day, my name was at the top of the board for the best score.
He plays cheap. He goes for the 25-yard out. Don't let him
No,
talk
that's
himself
not what
up.
happened. No,
He hits the short targets.
Yeah, he plays
He's good
cheap.
at that. He
didn't.
won't try and whip one.
No, not even close.
no, there was 100 and I want to say it was 155 and 185 targets. I used a 7-iron, and if I missed, make sure I missed left to catch a piece of the
You
other
didn't
one.
use the girls' clubs?
No.
Get the
I-
flexible shaft for you, man.
It was nice. It was my first time. It was fun. I had a good time. Told you my shoulder issue, things like that, but I couldn't resist. I couldn't help myself. I hit a good 50, 60 balls at least, at a minimum. So, but it was my first time there. It was a lot of fun. So I told you we were talking about random shit. I started introducing this game on Thursday Night Football on Amazon. I didn't get quite through it, but New Orleans travels to play the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are -4. Both these teams have identical records, 7-7. It's a huge football game for both teams. New Orleans, they come off with their home win against the New York Giants. Their defense was great last week, and they're in a dead heat with Tampa Bay for that. We always repeatedly say it, they're really bad NFC South, right? And then you got the Rams.
Yeah, where a losing record gets you into the playoffs.
Maybe. I mean, 500 right now does, and they're tied with Tampa, like I said. The Rams come off a dominant win against the Washington Commanders at home. They continue their very good play. Currently, the Los Angeles Rams are the 7th seed in the tournament on the NFC side of things. They're a run-first team. Really, that Kyron Williams.
I mean, he
Notre Dame.
They go, yeah. If he plays good, the team is good.
They become a run-first team, and it's led by him. He's been fantastic. I mean, as far as you playing fantasy, Keaton?
What? Do I play Kyron in fantasy?
Do
Yeah.
you play fantasy?
Yes.
All right, when Kyron Williams now comes up, like fantasy backs to play this week, what numbers do you have? Like
He's 3. He's projected 21.
3? Yeah, 2, 3, 4 on the board, like best running back to have. That's a pretty significant ascension. He's had a fantastic year. Rams -4 in this game, guys. Big game for both teams. Obviously, the Rams holding on that last spot. New Orleans fighting for that division.
I'm not a big fan of New Orleans, to be honest with you. So I'm taking the Rams. The Rams have impressed me, and I like the run game, and I'm not impressed with New Orleans at all. Taking the Rams.
Keaton?
I would be going the Rams as well. I mean, the only key spot for New Orleans is Chris Olave, which they don't have a quarterback to give him the ball at the moment. So
You don't like Derek Carr?
not a fan personally, but I think the Rams takes this one.
Yeah, this is a big football game. It means a lot for both teams. I do like what the Rams are doing. I think we're going to be in agreement on this. It's funny that team.
Damn it, that means New Orleans is going to win. He
Maybe.
sucks.
I don't
This dude's a
Thursday.
jinx. This dude's a
I don't
jinx
know.
out here.
I don't know about that. We're Dan are both pushing for +30. Wow, that'd be a really big number for us to finish the regular season with that. But they got this veteran quarterback and these very
Young receiver.
young kids that are just giddy about playing football and winning. I love it. That means Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, and the rest of the crew Cooper Kupp got a touchdown. We're both on the Rams. We're all on the
Your
Rams.
what?
Cooper Kupp?
Poop in your what?
No, I'm not going there with you right now yet. Anyway, we're consensus on the Rams -4. Saturday, we got 3 football games on Saturday.
How
Saturday's
come
Saturday's Christmas.
AFC North has been dominating the Saturday? I mean, the Bengals were on last Saturday. The Steelers were on last Saturday. Now they're on again, playing each other.
Yeah. I mean, well, because all their teams are in the mix. I mean, here, I guess. I don't know how it shook out that way. Saturday, we will have 2 games on Saturday. I misspoke already. I tell you what, it's hard for me on the board because there's games all over the place. We got 2 games on Saturday, one at 4:30, one at 8 p.m. The Saturday 4:30 game is that AFC North division game. Cincinnati traveling to Pittsburgh. Cincinnati's a 2.5-point favorite in this game. Cincinnati has an 8-6 record. The Steelers have a 7-7 record. Cincinnati, they're currently the 6th seed in the playoffs, come up a monster comeback win against Minnesota at home. I mean, they trailed the entire fucking game, and they shoved it into overtime, and they won it. A huge win. Browning played pretty good again, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, he was pushing 300 yards, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, come on. The kid's, he's good.
As the battle of attrition continues, Chase Young.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's
Jamar
missing
Chase.
a big weapon,
Jamar Chase.
which, even if you don't throw to him, other teams have to account for him. The other thing the Bengals got going for them is they're playing, or the Steelers are starting Rudolph.
Tis the season.
What the-
I don't want to quite talk about the Steelers yet, but how about that play? T. Higgins. He's
Oh,
quote unquote the 2 receiver on the Cincinnati Bengals. I think he's a 1 receiver for the majority of the National Football League teams. He made a great play near the 2-yard line and swung his arm around to score that touchdown.
unbelievable.
A monster play for them. They shoved that game into overtime. They found a way to win it. Pittsburgh, they got absolutely fucking demolished in Indianapolis against
Shit
the Indy
show.
Colts. Indy Colts. We're not there. We're not on the board. See any problems ready. But anyway, the day of mission, they switched quarterbacks. Tis the season. Rudolph. I mean, they're on a 3rd quarterback now. Pickett was a starter. Trubisky came in. The offense continues to struggle, right? I mean, I guess what's wrong with the change? I don't know if Mason Rudolph's going to change things. But,
Trubisky's,
not. Well, how the hell
Trubisky's
is
the
he going
truth.
to?
I mean, it's 3 losses in a row for Pittsburgh. They're really fading. I don't like their chances of making the postseason at all. You want to talk about that Pickens shit? Do you see the Pickens stuff that came out with his lack of blocking and things like that? Did you see it at all, Dan?
This week? No, I've been
Is it?
focused on work.
In his interview, he said he didn't want to get injured because he didn't want to block. And if you're a real football player, you got to know that.
There was a play as
If I'm a real football player, I'm supposed to know he's not going to block because he doesn't want to
Risk
get
of
injured.
injury, yeah.
Somebody might injure him walking out of the locker room.
Right. There was a play as Jalen Warren was trying to make it to the goal line. Pickens came off his blocker, provided very, very little effort. But and all the Pittsburgh fans noticed it, but what really added fuel to the fire was George Pickens' comment afterwards saying, "Hey, I didn't want to get hurt." And everybody's like, "Are you fucking serious with this?" And I think Dan Orlovsky, one of the talking heads at ESPN, said it best. It's not about the name on the back. It's about the name on the fucking front of the jersey, which is, it's a team game. It's not just about you.
I mean,
fucking block. And Jalen Warren didn't help the situation out at all. He goes, I would have blocked for George Pickens. If he had the ball.
George
type of thing.
Pickens
So
selfish.
there's some unrest there.
I mean, either you want to play the game or you don't. So if you're
Either
trying
you're out for yourself or you're out for the
trying
team.
to get out of playing in Pittsburgh, what you're doing is not helping your cause because you're just looking like a douche.
Right. I mean, they've lost 3 in a row. There's some unrest in the locker room for sure. Cincinnati -2.5 in Pittsburgh. Are they going to steady this ship?
No.
I think they are. I'm going
Pittsburgh?
to take the Pittsburgh Steelers at
With
home.
Rudolph?
Change a quarterback. I don't know. It can't be any worse, right?
It ain't going to be any better.
I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to let that team lose 4 games in a row. I think they're going to win this football game. They're playing a backup quarterback.
Jake Browning's the truth.
Playing good, though.
That dude's
I
the
know,
truth.
right? What do you think, Keaton?
Cam Hayward, is he playing? He had a concussion.
I love Cincy here, man.
You love Cincy?
Jake Browning's the truth, man. He's going to show up
They're
again.
true.
I got it. Yeah, I'm going with Cincy on this, too.
All right, both you guys are on Cincy on the early Saturday game. I am on Pittsburgh, the Saturday 8 p.m. game. I talked to you guys about this network. The only way you watch this football game is if you have Peacock. You can't watch it on NBC. You have to watch it on Peacock, the streaming
If you had
service.
an old school radio, you can listen to it.
That's right. And that game is the Buffalo Bills traveling.
Kevin Harlan will probably be calling it. My man.
You like that guy's voice. I know. Dan's a big radio voice guy. I'm a fan of Kevin Harlan as well. They go out to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Buffalo, huge favorite on the road. 12-point favorite on the road. Buffalo, they are currently 8-6. They're currently the 9 seed. That puts you out of the playoffs. But they're a team that's charging right now. They went through a couple of very good teams, and last week it was against Dallas, and they just ran over them. Fucking ran over them, Dan.
Yeah.
James Cook had a great game.
Yeah, I mean, catching the ball in the backfield, running the ball. Dallas' defense, which is no slouch, supposedly, nowhere close to stopping them. When I say ran over them, Josh Allen had 7 completions in the game. 7 completions in the game. So Buffalo, they're charging up the boards, and then the Chargers. And Dan mentioned it earlier in the show. Their debacle last Thursday night got their head coach and GM fired. They gave up 63
I think a couple
points.
other people got fired
To the
too.
Raiders.
I mean, there was.
They gave up 60.
Yeah, to the Raiders. I mean, the
That's
Raiders
piss poor.
just freaking boat raced them. I'm like, what was the score at halftime? Like 40 something?
It was 49-0.
And didn't the previous week the Raiders get shut out by the Vikings 3-0?
Yeah.
Yes.
They scored 0, and then they scored fucking 63. That'll get you fired if you're on national television. I mean, Staley's out. That was a brutal national TV performance. I do want to talk about Buffalo a little bit more before we pick the game. Like, this team's charging up the board, right? They're currently 8-6. Dude, if they get in as a 7th seed and you're the 2 seed, holy fuck, you're pissed. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
I'm going to draw
that's
fucking
perfect.
Buffalo as the
Perfect.
fuck. I'm the 2 seed,
Yeah.
and I'm going to draw fucking Buffalo?
That's how you thought the Jets were
Oh,
going to be if
shit.
Rodgers came back.
That's a bad fucking draw if they squeak in on the 7th seed or something
Perfect
like that.
for the Ratbirds.
Yeah, right. It is a dogfight for that 1 seed. It's up for grabs in the AFC. Very good, very competitive AFC. Anyway, Buffalo going to blow these guys out on the road?
If they don't, there's a bigger issue in Buffalo. I mean, that Chargers team's a friggin' mess.
It is. They have a backup quarterback named Easton Stick. Justin Herbert's out for the season. We talked about last week. They're playing
I
the
don't
string
even know
out.
who the coach is it.
Right.
Honestly, their defense blows. Staley was the defensive coach. Their defense blows. I'm going with the Bills on this.
Dan, Keaton, hold on before you pick. And I want to mention a couple other viewers of the show because we had a pretty salty show last week, and Dan and I kind of alluded to it a couple of different times.
Was it salty till the end?
It wasn't. I cut Dan off. He was not happy about it. He, didn't let it go for a hot bit. Anyway, I thought I took the high road, but we're not talking about that. But even our viewers kind of took on the personality. We have a couple of people who view the show regularly from out of our area. It's not just friends and family that watch the show. It's not. Robert from the Chicago area, Mario. I don't know where Mario's from. I forget where Mario's from. I looked it up one time. They got into it, but Robert was saying, I would like to see you guys take some, home dogs that are getting double digits and things like that. And I think he was talking about the Arizona Cardinals getting points from the 49ers. And then Mario churns, it's like, how'd that work out for you type of thing. So they kind of took on the personality of the show. Fellas, you're both on the show. I appreciate you watching week in, week out. I do.
Yeah, man.
To
Thanks.
recap, yes, thank you. Buffalo, big favorite on the road in LA, -12. Dan's committed. He's on the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills.
Peter.
12 is a huge number, but I mean, James Cook almost had like 250 all-purpose yards, and the Chargers just blow. So I got to go Buffalo here, I guess.
I'm sorry, Robert. I'm laying the points again. It's because Buffalo has so much to play for. They're a damn good football team, if you ask me, and they got all kinds of motivation to play. I mean, they're on the outside looking in. The Chargers are playing for nothing. We're all on Buffalo minus a very big number on the road. Sunday, 1 p.m. slates.
You might have to talk up louder so they can hear you. That microphone's not that.
All right, my bad.
Am I talking too loud?
No, not
talking to
you
me,
or not
man.
me. I'm
Oh,
talking
you're
about
like,
Keaton.
Dan, a little too
Bump up the volume, man.
All right, my bad. Damn.
I promise you, this fucking guy
No
is not
freaking
quiet.
excitement over there. I know. So
He's
I
loud,
think it's like-
obnoxious. You know him.
Yeah, I know, but
He's just like me, loud and obnoxious.
who was your pick? Who was your pick?
All right. I got you.
You got your deep voice. Let it rip.
When you picked, I thought you were a soft talker.
All right.
Pillow talker. I don't know what any of that means. If we're off track again, as always, I mean, it happens right and left on the show. But the Sunday 1 p.m. slate starts. Man, that's Christmas Eve, right? Sunday's Christmas Eve, right?
Yes.
All right, very good.
Gotta go to church twice.
Oh, let's talk about that. Twice. I'm going.
You got your Sunday commitment and then Christmas commitment.
You're not going.
I'm there.
Twice?
Yeah. No,
All right,
I'm not.
sure.
You haven't been to church since my
Wait, hold
communion.
up. I don't understand all this.
For some reason, Sunday at 4 o'clock, like if it's any other day of the week, or no, I shouldn't say day of the week, they'll have evening mass on Sunday, and it counts for Sunday. But since it's Christmas, for some reason, a Sunday evening mass doesn't count for both. I don't get it. I don't know.
When do you have to go again?
Well, I either got to get
Monday?
up Sunday morning and go for Sunday like normal, and then go Christmas Eve, which is also Sunday. It would count and cover me for both.
You got a double header of mass on Sunday?
Little double
Holy
header.
hell!
Oh, but Dan is not doing that.
Can you wait? Can you go back to back? Is it like a 2 p.m.
No, it's
service
gotta
and
be
a
a
4 p.m.
timing
service
thing.
or something?
So like
Dan's got a double header.
Father Dave on Sunday has 5 masses
Damn, follow Dave.
Earn his money.
Getting
on
active.
Sunday. He got Saturday night 4:30, Sunday 5 masses, and then Christmas Day. I think he's got at least 2. I know he's got 2. He might have 3.
Earning his Catholic Church
Yeah.
money, which there's a fucking lot
He's
of.
drinking on Tuesday,
Yeah.
Boxing Day.
Yeah. Does he say what he drinks? I haven't been there in a hot bit. You know what he drinks?
You haven't been there since my
I haven't seen him in the
know.
liquor department at Giant Eagle ever. No.
I hope
don't
you're
know.
not.
The wine.
I don't know.
I hope you're not
Were you
catching
an altar
Father
boy,
Dave
Dan?
in a liquor
Yeah.
department.
You were?
Yeah.
Did you ever sneak the wine?
No, why would I drink that?
This
the hell is wrong
conversation
with
came
you?
up in Indianapolis. We 100% did. We snuck the wine. Little pull before we did our kneeling and altar service. Yeah.
Way.
Yeah, 100%
It's not that
happened.
good. The stuff they're
100%.
buying over
no,
there.
it's not good.
No shit.
Jeez.
That's a $2 chuck or whatever they call it.
You
What
catch
is
that
it?
at the Bell store, man.
$2 chuck. That's gas station wine. 100%. Anyway, way off topic. We were on the Sunday 1 p.m. slate, which does turn into be Christmas Eve later in the day, if you will. A pretty big football game as well. The Indianapolis Colts travel to play the Atlanta Falcons.
We're on the 4th
That's
game.
not bad. That's par for the course, isn't it? Something like that. It hit a little heavy, Dan. You sure you were done with that?
Yeah.
Felt like it hit a little heavy.
No, he was.
I don't
he
know.
was
I
there.
don't know.
You want me to tip it over?
I do not. No, I believe you. Guy's a veteran drinker. Indy travels to Atlanta. The Falcons are 1-point favorites in this football game. The Indianapolis Colts 8-6, one of 3 teams that share that AFC South lead. That is Jacksonville, Indy, and Houston. They're right there in the mix. And then you got Atlanta, who comes off a fucking huge loss, and we'll talk about it in a second. But Indy,
Should I pull one of these babies out?
yeah, do it. Bring it out. You want to talk about it?
I don't know.
It's Christmas. We might as
9.5.
well.
I got shit to do tomorrow. That's why I don't know if I want to do this.
How much is it?
Next week.
What is it?
9.5.
That's it? Come on.
That's it. Weak ass.
Yeah, and if it's not 12, it better be out.
Weak ass. It's not double figures. Don't bring it out here. Anyway, Indianapolis. They come off. We talked about it earlier already. They come off a pretty dominant performance against Pittsburgh. Yes, sir. I was just looking Dan's way. I know he was at the cash register. That would be the
Fridge.
refrigerator. Yes, that's what I call the cash register. But Dan does a little shimmy. Let's see it again, Dan. What you got? There you go. The Gardner Minshew. They've been playing with a fucking backup quarterback all year. I give a ton of credit to Shane Steichen, their head coach, because this team is currently the 7th seed. Obviously, they're tied for that division lead. That can change completely. They beat down the Steelers. It was an impressive win. I mean, we were watching it. There was some local flavor. I was in Indianapolis, obviously, for the Zeus and Holiday Throwdown. And there was a few of the local kids there that are fans, man. So they were pretty excited about that. And then you come up, let's talk about Atlanta. They lost in Carolina. There was a torrential downpour. There was like 8 people at the game.
With nobody there.
Like 8 people at
It
the
was like a
fucking game
COVID
total.
game.
But, I mean, it was a brutal loss. Like, when you're fighting for the NFC South title to lose in Carolina, I think I mentioned last week,
Who's the
Dan,
quarterback now?
it's going to change. I'm going to get to it in a second. But I talked about last week how Carolina has to play a perfect game to win. Or you can have a game fucking given to you, which Desmond Ridder did with a horrible, horrible interception in the red zone for no fucking reason at all to throw the ball anyway.
He fucked the Bears.
Teddy has to be sick to his stomach. I was not happy about that. Keaton just
Why is he
mentioned it.
throwing the ball?
He should, I don't know, or throw it away. I don't know. But they were within the 20-yard line. It was clear field goal range. They were going to go up by 4 late.
So why aren't they running?
I don't know. Art
So is it play calling?
He had the ball in his hands. He made the mistake. I mean, okay, you're a professional football player. I'm paying you a lot of money. Don't make the wrong decision. I don't know. He did. I mean, it's led to. It was such a bad decision. That Dan just mentioned it. Is there a quarterback change? There is. Taylor Heineke, we know that kid, is going to be the starting quarterback this week for the Atlanta Falcons. So Atlanta at home.
Wait. He's played for Atlanta. He started before, though, right?
Commanders guy.
Remember that Washington Commanders game against
Tampa.
But has he been with Atlanta?
And Tom Brady.
Yeah, that was awesome. He came out firing strikes. What's that? I'm saying.
Has he been with Atlanta all year?
Yes.
So he played earlier this
He
year.
did.
Yeah, that's what
he
I
did. He
thought.
played a couple games, and they went back to Ritter, and now Ritter's fucked up. Worn out his welcome. Some, I don't know. Obviously, they're not sold on any of their quarterback situation. I think Art Smith, the head coach, is looking for a spark, maybe with Taylor Heineke down
He might
the
be
stretch.
looking for a job.
Atlanta minus for sure. He doesn't need one. His brother's got a ton of money.
What's his brother do?
Who the hell's that?
Owns FedEx.
Art
Helps. Holy shit.
Yeah. He owns fucking FedEx. You don't, we talked about this. Yeah, 100% is the correct story. Anyway, Atlanta minus one in this football game.
So why did he leave Tennessee then? Because he wanted
got
a head
promoted.
coaching gig?
Why wouldn't you want to
He
have
was
such
an
a good?
offensive coordinator at Tennessee
Yeah.
or offensive coordinator?
Offense.
Offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
At Tennessee and got elevated to head coach of Atlanta. You leave for elevation. Obviously, you want to be a head coach, right?
Well,
That's the
but
goal.
you live, isn't FedEx home base
Memphis.
in Tennessee?
Memphis,
Yeah,
Tennessee.
so
Yes, sir.
I think
Anyway.
just hung around the family business.
There's
well.
plenty of money in the Smith family, if you will. Atlanta minus one in this football game. I have no idea, guys. Anybody
Indy.
have? Yeah, you like them on the road?
Yep.
I like Indy a lot as well.
Atlanta hasn't figured it out. They get lucky every now and again. Indy.
Heineke's worn to stay out. He had one good season with the Commanders. He's not good, though.
I'm a big fan of quarterback change sparking teams. That's the reason why I went with Pittsburgh earlier on the slate. I'm going to do it again with Taylor Heineke and the Atlanta Falcons minus one. They're home. I'm going to lay it with the Dirty Birds. I'm on the Dirty Birds. These two fellas are on the Colts.
Yep.
All right, very good. Next game on the board, Green Bay travels to Carolina. Green Bay's a 5-point favorite in this game. Green Bay 6-8 on the season. The Carolina Panthers got their second win last week. They're 2-12 to my dismay.
Does that screw up your pick?
It does. Not yet. I mean, they still have the number one overall pick, which belongs to the Bears, but it's teetering. It's closer. There's 2 3-win teams, which is the New England Patriots and the Arizona Cardinals. But Green Bay, let's talk about them. They were at home last week and got absolutely smoked by Baker Mayfield and the Bucs.
I said Baker played well.
Baker had a career game, though. He was lights out. He had a perfect QBR.
He
or
was
some
lights
shit.
out when he played for the Browns and they went up there, and it was coincidentally a Christmas Eve game or a Christmas Day game. I think it was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
He's got Lambo's number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was freaking that was one of the ones I picked because of him last week.
Keaton mentioned it. Perfect QBR, perfect QB rating. That shit's hard to do. Green Bay, I mean, their chances are slim right now to make the playoffs. And then we talk about Carolina. Second win. I mentioned they had to play perfectly. They didn't. They got the game kind of handed to them. I hope to God they don't win it fucking again. Green Bay minus 5. I mean, they're still alive. They're one game out of the 7-7 mark, which gets you into the 6-7 seed in the NFC. So they got plenty to play for.
All right, you go first. I want to hear your pick because I want to hear you say it.
Fuck Carolina.
That's exactly.
Fuck Green Bay.
Oh, all right.
But I want the Bears to have the Carolina Panthers number 1 pick overall. It is the Packers.
Oh, can't pick the Packers.
Dan actually has a cheesehead. Why the fuck do you have a cheesehead, Dan?
Tyler was a fan of the Green Bay Packers.
What an
I got
idiot.
I got a cheese grater though, foam head.
There you go. What an idiot. But anyway, Packers minus 5. I'm on the Pack minus 5, boys.
You can go, Dan.
Green Bay. Yeah. Carolina. Those dudes checked out. It's Christmas. They ain't showing up. They want the game over. Run the clock, baby.
I tell you what, yeah, these
It's like
folks-
high school. Whoa, they're up by 20. Do we have a running clock?
Yeah, one of their players did say they're to like the Atlanta game. They're going on vacation as well as we are. in his interview.
Who'd you pick?
Unfortunately, I got to go Green Bay here for the Bears' sake. Hopefully, Carolina helps the Bears out, gets the #1 pick on lockdown tonight.
Yeah,
Sunday.
tough end of 2023 calendar for the players, man. This stuff falls right over Christmas and not being able to be around their families and things like that. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, they get paid well.
Come on.
I did.
They get paid.
I did. It's just.
You and I could work all our life and not get what some of these guys are getting paid.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Next game on the board, a very big football game, and it's Dan's Cleveland football Browns traveling to play the Houston Texans. Browns are 2.5-point favorites in this football game. This line has switched completely. It originally opened up as Houston minus 2.5, but there's a significant thought that C.J. Stroud is not going to come out of the concussion protocol for the Houston Texans, which has swayed the line completely.
But
Cleveland.
when they came out with the line, he was in the protocol, so I don't get how they came out with the line. There's something else why it swayed.
Because C.J. Stroud's a top 10 quarterback. That's
But
why it sways
there's
so
something
much.
else. There's something else going on.
Well, Case Keenum's ass, so it's like if you don't cover 3 points,
There's
two
there's
and a half
something
spread,
else
like
here.
you're
I'm
terrible.
losing control of my show a little bit here. Anyway, Cleveland is minus 2.5. They're currently the 5 seed. I mean, it's a huge football game for seeding.
I'm starting to feel sick.
Sick to your
I
stomach?
think I'm coming down with something.
What's that?
Flacco fever, baby!
That guy fucking
That dude
sucks.
fucking blows.
Come on.
He had all his yards on like
Dan's
3
talking
plays.
about
Woo!
Cleveland's game that they won against Chicago where the Bear defense dominated for 3.5 quarters.
Where the Browns offense gifted touchdowns
They did because
and then came back.
Flacco
somehow
fever
and won
means
it.
throwing the ball to the other team. He had 3 picks in the game. I'm happy for Dan. I tell you what, I was wildly pissed because basically the Bears are not officially eliminated, but it basically ended their season in Cleveland. They were leading the entire game until the last 30 seconds of the game, if you will. And then they had a chance at the end with the Hail Mary, and it was a blatant drop by Darnell Mooney. I promptly
Because he got some Flacco fever.
Mooney's the truth, though. He's staying with the Bears in free agency.
Nah,
Did he say that?
No.
That's not his choice, by the way. I promptly spiked my drink. I was
No
pissed.
way, I missed that.
People were chirping me like crazy. You can see it on the Nest Cam.
Yeah,
in
kinda
any
like
event,
Body Kid almost.
yeah, like I was wildly pissed. It took me a hot bit to get over that. That was a heartbreaking loss for me. Anyway, we're not talking about my team. We're talking about Dan's team. Your defense played well. Flacco came alive late, threw for like 200 yards in the fourth quarter after throwing the ball right and left to the Bear football team. And then you got Houston. Houston, off the mat last week. Case Keenum. C.J. Stroud didn't play last week. Concussion once again situation. Case Keenum kind of like saved their season. They were down 13-0 in Tennessee, and then they found a way to shove the game in overtime and won the game. Like, keeps them in this mix. They're one of those 3 teams, like I said, in the AFC South, along with, who is it, Jax, Houston, and Indy. All have the exact same record.
7-7 record, 8-6. I mean, yeah. It's
I know
all
where
jammed
Dan's
up.
going. Dan.
Yeah. What?
Where you going, Dan?
Cleveland?
Keaton.
I mean, Flacco fever's not a thing. Start off.
Scarlet fever.
We muffed the punt. You got a 25.
Oh,
Next play, you threw it to Stevenson. Next play,
Yeah.
exact next play.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Like, that's not a fever.
Don't chirp up Dan. He has
That's not
sense-
true.
But I'll tell
He
you,
had 2.
Davis
he-
chirped up
he
Dan
had
last
2
week
wrong
and he took his
passes.
aggression out on me.
Let's talk about that play.
We're not even halfway through this fucking
Flacco
play.
is looking.
Mm-hmm.
Then Njoku was wide open, and
If it's fever time, you throw it to Njoku,
He-
right?
well,
Oh,
but
no,
that's
yeah.
who he was throwing to.
That was
right?
a great
the-
He
catch.
threw it to the
back
Bears
there.
cornerback.
But the corner had
Oh,
enough
yeah.
time because he looked too long to the right, and the corner was like, he ain't throwing it over here, and slid over.
Stevenson baited
He
you.
should have
He got
thrown
baited.
it earlier.
The
'Cause
fever
he
got
could-
baited.
He would have scored. But it is what it is.
Next play, pick.
Oh, you guys are both on Cleveland?
Oh, I didn't pick yet, but I would assume Cleveland since Tank Dell's hurt and so is Stroud. And I think Nico Collins got banged up in the last game, too.
Yeah, I mean, the Brown defense is very real. I'm going
Can
Houston.
we get some holding calls?
I'm going
Because-
Houston. I'm going Houston. I'm taking the home points.
You guys were, I mean,
Montez Sweat got held every play, too, dude. It went both ways, except our player just can get past the lineman.
you guys get the holding ones, and we get none. No, none of your offensive linemen held
You
during
got like
that game at all.
you got damn near one holding call.
We
got
hold
one
on.
holding call.
Stop it.
You got like one holding
This
call.
is exactly what happened last week. Davis was chirping up Dan about his Cleveland Browns football team, and Dan took his aggression out on me, is what I think happened. Stop chirping up Dan. Anyway,
sorry.
we're on the next game. You guys are on Cleveland. I'm going with the Houston Texans in this game.
Fine, you're a douche. I knew you would.
All right. Fair enough.
Make that your elephant pick.
Detroit minus.
Give me back that glove I gave you.
I love it. No, fuck off.
Where's Shorty at, man?
I don't know. He never made out. Detroit, division game. Detroit -3 on the road in Minnesota. Detroit's 10-4 on the season. They're going to win that NFC North. They are. And then Minnesota, who's currently the 6th seed on the NFC side of the tournament, fighting for their playoff lives. They're 7-7. Detroit comes off a very impressive win against Denver. I mean, they dominated that game from kick to finish. They were much better. Both sides was much better. I mean, they absolutely crushed the Broncos. And then Minnesota, they come off that game that they led in Cincinnati. Did you see that game, Dan?
Bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Now, that was the early game on Saturday.
But
right?
every time you looked at the score, Minnesota was leading, right?
Yes.
Until the very end. I mean, they blew that game late. The defense has to be better. Like I said, Minnesota, currently the 6th seed, fighting for their playoff lives at home. That guy making that weird fucking noise, that skull noise, or what the fuck that is. Anyway,
horn blown
Detroit going to go in there and finish the deal here? They're going to play well back-to-back weeks?
They clinched the NFC North this week, I'm pretty sure, with this game. Minnesota's terrible. They got Nick Mullins at QB1. Detroit's a powerhouse. You don't want to play them. I think it's a bad.
Powerhouse.
I got Detroit. Yeah, 100%.
He's on Detroit. It's chirping up Detroit as we go. Dan.
Detroit.
Yeah, I think they're the better football team. I do. I mean, they played really well last week. I mean, you want to keep that momentum going. We're all in Detroit. A game that nobody's going to fucking watch at all next.
Geez.
It's the Washington Commanders and the New York Jets.
For this, talk all you want.
How about this shit? The Jets are -3. They're favorites in a football game. The Washington Commanders come to town at 4-10. I don't think they're too far away from each other travel-wise. Jets are 5-9. Washington, they traveled out west last week against the Los Angeles Rams. Hal got benched during the game. Jacoby Brissett came in, played pretty well. He actually threw for more yards than Hal did when he played like a quarter of the game. Both these teams are officially eliminated. And you talk about the Jets, like so inept on offense. They were in Miami. They had 4 yards of total fucking offense in the first half. Like, holy shit. Like, how does that happen? 4 fucking yards.
That's terrible.
The Jets are -3. They have a great defense. I don't know. I don't know how to pick this game. I'm going with the home team, taking the Jets.
I'm going Washington. I don't know who their QB starting is, but I mean, the Jets just offense is terrible. You can't do anything. I mean, it's the worst rated offense versus the worst rated defense this week. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you never get that. You get that mixed bag with Zach Wilson. Like, you get that one game where all of a sudden he looks like a prolific quarterback, and then you get all these clunkers. Dan, I think you probably heard all this. You own the paper airplanes of the Commanders.
Oh, the Jets on this one.
-3 at home.
Yeah.
Laying points with the Jets.
The only reason I'm taking them is because they're at home.
I hear you. Dan and I are both on the Jets. You took the Commanders, Keaton?
Yeah, correct.
All right, very good. The end of the 1 p.m. slate starts with ends with the Seattle Seahawks playing the Tennessee Titans. Seattle 2.5-point favorite in this game off a huge win that kept their playoff chances alive. And in Tennessee, well, let's talk about Seattle first here. I didn't mark it. They won their game in Philadelphia. I made this board a little bit earlier. Unlike the last play of the game.
So do you think they hung out
Jackson
around
Smith,
here,
man.
or went all the way back to Seattle?
Seattle was at home against Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The home of the 12th man, because Golden Tate put the thing up.
Was it? I didn't see
Yeah.
that part of it. I didn't
It
get a
was
chance to
Golden
see
Tate,
it. I
yeah.
mean, they trailed almost that entire game. It was impressive. Is Drew Lock going to be the quarterback going forward? Gino's going to be healthy. I mean, you play Drew Lock or do you play Gino?
You got to play lock here. I mean, Gino's
Is
real
it the hot
supportive.
hand? You play the hot hand?
Yeah, but I like how Gino's real supportive of Drew Lock to the whole game. He wasn't like a dick about getting benched either.
I mean, Seattle's got a real chance now to make the playoffs. They really do. That was a monster win. Gino's a true pro. He really is. I think he is. Then Tennessee, they come off of that home loss to Houston where they led 13-0, wearing the fucking Oilers uniform.
Oh,
They should have to give them to Houston. That Houston should get them permanently going forward.
That is messed up. I mean, that's,
That's Will Levis
They
started.
blow this lead. Levis gets hurt. We don't know if he's playing. Is it going to be Ryan Tannehill that plays this game? We haven't seen him all year. They're eliminated. I mean, they got nothing to play for. Seattle's a ton to play for, but, I mean, you can get stuck with Tennessee, man. All of a sudden, they start dominating the offensive line, and Derrick Henry starts running over fucking people. Dangerous line. Seattle's a ton to play for. It's less than a field goal. I'm going to lay it. I'm on the Seahawks minus 2.5.
yep, me too.
You see DK like try to fight the
Oh, yeah.
Philly
No,
like trainer or something like that.
It wasn't. No, it was actually a player that
really?
was injured. Yeah, but I saw him put his shoulder into him. Yeah, he
Little
didn't
bump
like
and
that
DK
too much.
didn't
It was
like
AJ
that.
Brown, wasn't it? It was AJ Brown.
That's
wasn't it?
who it was. My bad,
Yeah.
AJ Brown. My fault. But I like Seattle here.
We're all in Seattle.
Correct.
All right, very good. The
perfect.
Sunday 4 p.m. slate starts with the Battle of the Sunshine State. The Jacksonville Jaguars travel to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so that's down and across a little bit. The Buccaneers, this line is swayed as well. They're 1-point favorites in this football game. Jacksonville 8-6 on the season. They were runaway winners of that AFC South until
Oh, wait. Tampa Bay's -1.
they are.
Yeah.
They got swayed.
Nice
It
forward.
opened up as Jack's -1, but there's a question whether or not T-Law is going to play. Trevor Lawrence is going to play because he's got another problem. I think it's concussion. Is it concussion again? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's
I think
back,
it's
though. He's
concussion.
playing.
I don't know if he's playing or not. There's a
He
question.
had a
It's
problem
swayed the
with an
line.
ankle, and they made him play.
Tampa Bay
The
-1 in this
ankle
football
was
game.
bad.
Jacksonville, I mentioned, they were runaway winners of this division, and now they're not. And they're tied with two other teams. They've lost 3 games in a row. They played a super sloppy first half at a minimum against Baltimore last week. Did you watch that game, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They
did
missed
see
2
that.
field goals. Trevor Lawrence fumbles inside the 20-yard line, and then at the very end of the first half, they end up at the 2 or 3 yard line with no time.
No time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
went to
probably
spike
gave
and
up
it didn't
16 points in the first half.
In
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row, I think his throws look off. So I don't think the leg is
no.
completely healed. He against Cleveland, he was off.
Yeah, he was
throwing
swaying
the
against
ball,
Cleveland.
and I could see the same thing last week.
But he looked plenty mobile. Like I saw him.
He
running
looks
the ball.
mobile, but he's not throwing the ball like
I
he
don't know,
normally
the plant
does.
thing, maybe
Yeah.
something like that. I think maybe is
He'll
what
be-
Dana's kind of
hopefully
going
he's
with.
healed this week.
In Tampa Bay, we talked about them earlier. Monster win in Green Bay. They put up 34 points. The offense was absolutely humming. Ridiculous. I mean, Baker, the perfect quarterback rating. They're in that dead heat with New Orleans, for that division title in the NFC South. Big football game. Tampa Bay -1 at home against the Jaguars. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'll start, I guess. Baker had a great week last week. Shit's not happening again. It's always the Prince that was promised. We're laying the points.
That's the gayest
Or we-
term I've
Yeah.
heard for what?
You like that?
Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
No, I don't
That's
like
the Prince.
it. Anyway, I don't know why you say
Prince that
that.
was promised, man.
Because of his hairdo?
Some Chiefs dude said it, and
All right,
it
fine.
stuck.
Anyway, Tampa Bay -1, Dan. They're going to continue their roll here.
No, I'm taking Jacksonville in this one.
Yeah, I like what Tampa Bay's got going. They're home. I'm gonna lay it. I'm a Tampa. I mean,
Jacksonville said 2 losses in a row.
3, Dan. 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
3.
cool. Trevor Lawrence been hurt all 3 of
3
them.
losses in a row. Next game on the board. We're at odds. I'm on Tampa Bay. These 2 guys are on Jacks, right? Just to confirm.
Correct.
All right, very good. Arizona travels to play Chicago. Bears 4.5-point favorites. Keaton, when's the last time the Bears been favored in a game? Holy hell, it's been a while.
It was week 1.
Anyway, Arizona 3-11 on the season. The Bears are 5-9. Arizona is officially eliminated. They're playing out the string. They were at home last week. They got beat by double digits against the San Francisco 49ers. Kyler, quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be the quarterback going forward. They're playing for nothing. Then you got the Bears, who are on absolute fucking life support. A team that cannot close football games. They led the entire almost way in Cleveland. Found a way to piss away the football game.
Dude, when you had to move the football and hold the ball and run clock, you fucking couldn't do it.
How about that play on
couldn't do it.
How about the play?
And some of the plays,
I hate the play
throwing
calling
the
gutsy.
ball when you should be running it. In my opinion, I don't know shit.
I'm not a fan of
I
the
watch
gutsy.
football unless I'm coaching Pee Wee.
A monster play that goes kind of unnoticed in that football game is when
Fields
the
fourth
Bears
down.
were on a 4th down play and Fields ends up keeping the ball and going outside, and a guy nicks his cleat, and he stumbles and falls a half a yard short of the line.
That
If
was
he
a
doesn't
huge
stumble,
play.
he's obviously probably 6 more yards down the field.
Huge play.
The Bears run clock. It's probably a different outcome completely on that play.
Not even that. You rewatch that play. It was a run-pass option, and Fields decided to run because he was on his ass. But DJ Moore was wide open for a touchdown, about 10 yards upfield.
I didn't see it. Bears minus 4.5 in this game. Go Bears. I'm on the Bears. I'm going to go pee. Where are you guys going?
You can go, Dan.
I'm taking the Bears on this.
Yeah.
I mean Arizona.
They lost
I think Arizona checked out a long time ago.
I think Chicago as well. I mean, Fields is coming up on his rookie contract. May draft Caleb Williams as Chicago, but hopefully they draft Marvin Harrison and stick with Fields.
Yeah, you don't take Caleb Williams.
Holy, you may.
So we're all three of us are in Chicago.
Correct.
So the next game, baby, we get to introduce it. Ken's stepped into the men's room.
This is our game we were talking about.
This is a great football
this
game.
Is
I'm
what? Still Sunday at 4:00. Dallas traveling to Miami.
This messes up Christmas Eve dinners. This is a great football game. I'm going to call this game the game where something's got to give. The something's got to give bowl. Both these teams have sparkling records at 10-4. The Dolphins are a short favorite, 1.5 point favorite in this football game. And I call it the something's got to give bowl because both these teams with their sparkling 10-4 records have combined beaten one team that is over 500. Yes, with a winning
knew you were
record.
going there.
Combined, Dan,
amazing.
they have
Yeah.
20 wins, and combined, these teams have beaten one team. The Dolphins have not beaten any. The Dallas Cowboys are 1-3 against teams above 500 with winning records, as Dan called it. Same shit, if you will. Dallas, they're currently the 2 seed in the tournament
Got
on the NFC.
spanked.
Miami currently the 2 seed on their side of things, and Dan's right. Dallas went to Buffalo and got their shit fucking handed to them, like run over, like the snowplow on the fucking road.
Almost came back, man. CeeDee Lamb late touchdown. Don't you worry.
It wasn't anywhere close. They got absolutely dominated in that football game. I mean, yikes is all I got to say about that game. It wasn't a game. Like, none of the late games last week were good. I was expecting to have a good football game
You
here.
wouldn't watch the entire game. I mean,
It-
I was like, I'm bored with this.
And when I said they got run over, I mentioned it earlier when we were talking about the Buffalo football team. Josh Allen only completed 7 passes. They got run the fuck over.
Yeah.
Like, that's a bad look. And then you got Miami. They come off a dominant win. I want to say it was 30-0 against the Jets. And they did that without Tyreek Hill. The Jets have a pretty good defense. They put up 30 points on that team. It is a pretty good performance.
We keep saying that every week, or not we, you keep saying that every week, and the Jets still lose.
Jets
And
defense
lose,
either
and
shows
lose,
up
and
or they
lose.
don't.
Because, well, let me ask you this.
That line
question,
kept
and
dwindling last week because they're
I don't know if I brought this up last week, but how bad do the Jets look now that Flacco is playing with the Browns, and he used to play with the Jets, and look where the Browns are with Flacco,
Bro,
and
Flacco's
look where the
not
Jets
good.
are without Flacco.
Dan does have Flacco fever.
Dan's got a little more than Flacco fever, bro.
It's like the Scarlet Fever. There's
Yeah.
no fucking reason for it. Nobody wants
Well,
that. I don't know what the Scarlet Fever
dude,
is.
he's thrown 300 yards in the last 2 weeks.
He got 200 off like 3 plays.
We're not talking about the
What
Bears
do you mean?
Browns
You
anymore.
can't. You can't.
That Njoku pass was like 60 yards.
Okay, but you
And
can't.
it was a 20
You
yard.
can't. If you're looking at quarterback passing, you can't quantify it like that. Oh, I got it on 2 plays.
What about his touchdown to interception ratio?
Oh, that's
That's what
fine.
these
We
guys
still
talk
win.
about.
We still won.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't have your starting QB throw 3 picks.
Okay, but my point was when I started this
recap
conversation,
it.
if Flacco was still on the Jets, where would the Jets be?
Same place they are now.
These
Okay,
teams-
so then that makes his point about the defense null and void because they'd still suck.
the
so-
two guys to my left are talking about 2 teams that aren't very good. Dan probably disagree.
Who, the Bears and the Jets?
Talking about your Cleveland Browns.
Maybe the Browns will, but I'm not getting to. But let's talk about this very good football game, and it's in-laws game. Dallas
Wait,
travels.
let's go back and talk about the 2 teams that I was talking about.
You want to talk about it more? It's not the game on the board.
Well, you said the two teams I was talking about. What were the 2 bad teams I was talking about?
Bears and the
You talking about the Jets or the Browns?
I wasn't the fucking Browns because
No.
we ain't bad.
Yeah, okay.
You got a good record.
Wait, are you guys in
No.
the playoffs?
You damn near lost to
Here
Chicago
you go,
Bears.
Ken. You're starting to fight again.
I'm not fighting. You two are fighting. Don't deflect on me.
Fighting. We
Don't
were
fucking
debating.
deflect
Little
on me.
We were
conversation,
having
man.
a conversation, and then you made a dumb comment.
Yeah, I mean, you got to chill out.
Here we
man.
go. I wasn't even part of that shit. Let's talk about this very good football.
We
I
had
wasn't
a
part about it.
conversation
Yeah.
going back and forth, and then you said something stupid.
Anyway, the Miami
We
Dolphins.
need a steel chair in here.
The octagon is not coming out again this week.
I'm not. I just need a steel chair so I can crack you in the back of the head.
This is what happens.
God
I'll
damn.
tell you what. This is the last week for college students returning home for the break. That's just not going to happen. These two little kids, they chirp in the middle. It pisses off Danny, deflects on me.
What about
anyway,
Eric, man?
Miami minus 1.5 in this game at home. I don't know if Tyreek Hill's going to play again. I mean, he said he doesn't want to play unless he's 100%. I mean, he's a gamer. His wife said, get your punk ass back in that game. He went back in the game. Anyway, I don't know, man. Something's got to give.
He
Miami
went
minus
home and said,
1.5.
bitch, I bring home the money. Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, my God. Damn.
He's a disciplinarian, too. We know that from his background.
Yeah,
so
I'll break
I,
your arm.
I tell you what,
Let's go to the pizza shop.
I would probably be about
Oh,
8.
wait, no, that was the dude at the Bengals in the pizza shop.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If I was right next to Tyreek Hill, I'm probably like 8 inches taller than him. I ain't saying shit. That guy's a fucking disciplinarian. I don't know. Fuck that. I ain't saying shit to that guy. Miami minus 1.5 in this football game. We going EEE. We going. How about them boys?
I'm going with the boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Both
about
you on the
them
boys?
And I know it's frowned upon. Dallas is my elephant pick, though.
Really? That's early.
Yeah.
That's an early
I
declaration.
know it is. I know it is.
He called it before the show started.
It's the holidays.
I'll
Fuck
give him
off.
credit for that.
EEE. I think the Dolphins win this football game. I do.
You guys are eating hot dogs here Saturday
Dallas
night.
been a great football team at home. They have not been a very good football team on the road. I like Miami a lot in this football game. I think they cover this number.
Dak
Sunday,
MVP.
we're finally on to. Wait, no. Finally, what the hell does that say?
That's
Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, is that Sunday Night Football? Holy shit. This is Sunday Night Football. It's on the NFL Network. A clunker of a football game.
Christmas Eve, so turn this shit off and wait for Santa.
Yeah, it is Christmas Eve. You're right. I get so confused with all this, and Christmas is actually on Monday, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah,
Christmas.
3 Monday
Nobody's
games.
watching this game on Christmas Eve. It's New England at Denver. Denver just short of a touchdown favorite, minus 6.5 in this football
there's
game.
a rerun Christmas movie that's better than
A
that.
Christmas story. New England 3-11 on the season. Denver Broncos are 7-7. New England comes off their home loss against Kansas City. It's a restart. The show's long, I'm sure. They lost by 10 points. They're going to restart that whole fucking thing. I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know if Bill Belichick's going to be the
He's gone.
head coach going forward. Who knows? But Denver, that was a really deflating loss for them in Detroit. After they had went 6-1 in their previous games, they actually got smoked in Detroit. I mean, their defense was an absolute no-show in that game.
I was an advocate for their money line in Indy and lost some people some money there.
Well, I mean, it was a huge blow to their playoff chances. How good is the Denver offense? Because the New England defense is going to travel. It's going to travel. I mean, it's a pretty stout defense.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I think Denver wins this football game. I don't think it's by a touchdown. I
I
think they
don't
win by
either.
3-4.
I don't. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go with New England in this.
I'm going to take the points of the Pats, too, at 6.5. Keaton.
I'm a Denver guy here.
Well, your buddy Eric Lindsey?
Yeah, Eric's a huge Denver guy, but
Let's ride.
it's going to be a close game, and Cortland Sutton at the very end is going to catch a touchdown to end the game.
All right, finally, Christmas Day, right? Monday, we got 3 football games. It is the Vegas Raiders in division. Monday, 1 p.m., CBS, also on Nickelodeon. I don't know if they're going to do that weird thing.
MVP.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going to do that.
Oh, sweet Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
I like those
Dan does
games.
like that
I'm
thing.
watching this
Mitch
shit on
Trubisky
Nickelodeon.
first MVP.
On CBS
Yeah.
and Nickelodeon on Christmas, 1 p.m. We'll still probably be opening presents here. I don't know. There's a fucking mountain
At
of it
1
inside.
p.m.?
Probably. There's an
Your
absolute
kids
mountain.
are older.
No, I'll probably be at church.
No,
I
Ethan
don't
and
know.
Gavin wake up at 5 in the morning for that shit.
I'll probably be at church.
Dad, you haven't
Doubleheader.
showed up to church since my freshman year.
Since
I got
It's part
confirmed.
2 of the doubleheader, baby, on Monday. This is Monday.
Oh,
You're going to go to
okay.
church on Monday.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Dude, if you
I don't know
go,
the schedule.
I'm showing up. Because I'll be with hard hats because I think the fucker's coming down.
Like one of those game day hard hats?
I'm there to pull you out.
College game day hard hat.
You walk into church to go to mass on Christmas Day, the fucking roof is coming down. I'll be there to pull you out.
Said church and fucking in the same sentence. He's got to go to confession immediately. Chiefs minus
That's
10.
I was talking about you showing up.
Chiefs minus 10 at home against the Vegas Raiders.
The Chiefs never fucking cover.
Vegas, well, I know. Vegas comes out that beatdown. They put up 63, whenever they did. And then the Chiefs, they went to New England last week. They put up 27 points. I think they won 27-17. The offense still looks off. But meanwhile, they're the champs until they're not the fucking champs. I mean, they're the champs right now. And minus 10 at home in Arrowhead against a pretty hated rival. The Raiders going to stay in this game or no?
I'm taking the Raiders. They don't cover. 10's too big for me.
I'm taking the Raiders as well. Max Crosby always shows up in big games. He always gives Mahomes a problem. So, Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders plus points.
I agree. I think it's too big a number too. I mean, these guys fucking hate each other. They hate each other. They do. We've seen that. Remember that circle the stadium shit and all that other good stuff.
With Gruden,
they don't like each other.
Around.
Yeah, they don't like each other. I expect the game to be chippy. The Kansas City offense hasn't shown me enough that they're going to put up 34, 40 points on this team and blow it out. I don't know. I think it's close enough.
Then we'll get some more whining about my receiver lining up off sides and a ref throwing the
Kadarius
flag.
Toney.
The ref couldn't see the goddamn ball. Like, what do you want him to do?
We're not getting back into that. I think that's what led to Dan and I's issue last week that we had, our saltiness on the show. But we're all in the Raiders getting to 10 points. Here we go. Monday, the middle game on Monday. The New York Giants in division playing Philadelphia. Philadelphia. It's 11 on the board. I think it's going to climb. The Giants 5-9 on the season. Philadelphia 10-4. The Giants come off of their loss in New Orleans. Philadelphia comes off their loss in Seattle, where they had control of that game and then they didn't. Let's talk about the Giants. The DeVito hype's kind of off. I mean, the train came to a screeching halt in New Orleans. But anyway, we like to talk about DeVito. I mean, it was an ugly showing. My buddy Al, who I mentioned, said he sent me a text. He goes, about time I made the show, because he watches every week. My good friend, who I went to college with, he lives down in Florida, and he's Italian from New Jersey. And I think he got brought up. I didn't play that portion of the show back, but in regards to the chicken cutlet conversation, because he used to make killer chicken cutlets. Anyway, I know that was part of the show last week.
I said it was steak. You said chicken.
Chicken cutlets.
Chicken
it's an
cutlets.
Italian staple. I don't know. I know it is. He made them. Fuck. I don't know. He's from Brigantine, New Jersey. New Jersey.
Text us a recipe.
Al,
we want a recipe.
We need a chicken cutlet recipe.
Send us the friggin' recipe and we'll make the shit.
You put fucking...
I'll make it.
You put chicken cutlets in fucking grease in a fucking skillet. I don't know what the spices are.
I want his
some
recipe.
Breading and shit. All right, fine. Al, send us the goddamn
recipe. That sounds like fried freaking chicken.
Holy hell.
Give me that bullshit.
Holy hell. Philadelphia,
Mister, I burn shit on my dirty ass fucking grill.
All right. So we're going Philly minus 11 here. Tommy Cutlet's terrible.
Tommy Cutlet? Tommy Cutlet.
You know what I meant.
Tommy Cutlet.
Yeah.
That's a new name on the show. Tommy Cutlet.
That's what Saquon calls him.
He does?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
I swear to God.
Really? Tommy Cutlet?
Yeah, Tommy Cutlets.
All right, fine.
But his hype is gone. He's terrible. He's never been good to start off with. It's always been Philly.
Philly loses 3 in a row,
Always been Philly.
I mean, Philadelphia currently loses the tiebreaker to Dallas. They're the 5 seed. They're a wild card right now. But obviously they have the same record as the Dallas Cowboys. They have a ton to play for. Jalen Hurts kind of questioned the commitment of some of the football teams. I mean, is that going to motivate this team, and are they going to come together and gel and become a stout playoff team or whatever the situation is? Damn, minus 11.
Philly's been messy the last couple weeks. This is a good turnaround game for them. They beat the Giants, but is it by 11?
Yes.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm laying as well.
I mean, Hurts walked out with Big Dom. You know
I'm
how big ball that is?
I'm going with the Giants. I don't give a shit.
You're gonna take Dan says the division game.
Philly's going to win, but I don't think it's by 11.
Dan says division game is going to be closer than 11. Keaton and I are both laying the points. I thought Philly was going to bounce back last week. It wasn't there, but I mean, when your leader of your football team questions the commitment of his fellow players, something's going to fucking happen. Either the locker room's going to divide or it's going to galvanize. I'm betting on galvanization, and I'm betting on the Philadelphia Eagles to cover this number at 11. Monday Night Football closer. I work on Tuesday. I don't know about You don't have a job. I don't know
Whoa,
about
get
Dan.
Brian over here. I'm trying to get one. Trying to
Obviously,
get a job.
Monday Night Football is on ESPN. Dan said that the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the AFC and the San Francisco 49ers are the best team in the NFC. Last week on the show, we got a fucking Super Bowl preview possibly on our hands. I agree with Dan. They're the best two teams in the National Football League. Baltimore travels all the way across the country to play the San Francisco 49ers. Niners, 5.5-point favorites in this football game. Baltimore 11-3 on the season. Both these teams 11-3. Baltimore comes off of their win in Jacksonville, where to me they look okay. I thought Jacksonville should have been in the game. I thought they gave up a ton of points on the field in the first half. And then Baltimore is not allowed to have shiny things at the running back position. They're not allowed to have shiny things. They're nice things.
No.
They're not. This kid named Keaton Mitchell, who is a home run fucking hitter, out for the season, ACL. Same name as you. There's like 8 people in the
Didn't he
entire
go to
world named
Massillon?
Keaton. No. He went to Eastern Carolina University, I think. He's an absolute burner. But meanwhile, he'd established himself as running back 1. And not only that, I mean, he was a dude who could take
top off
the home
defense.
run. He was a home run hitter. Like he
Running
touched
back.
the ball and yes, but if he touches the ball and he gets through, he's gone, type of thing. So
But see, and
that hurts him a lot.
yeah, but they still have Gus Edwards.
Gus
Ground and
Edwards.
pound guy.
Who frickin-
Not a home run guy, though.
No, but he freaking destroys teams.
He does.
I mean, he's a solid freaking running back. He's
does.
been solid for them for the last 5 freaking years or so.
yeah, Dan's 100% right, but to lose that piece, that home run piece in the backfield, really hurts. It really hurts. But
Also,
anyway,
Mark Andrews
that's San
hurt.
Francisco. Yeah,
Mark Andrews, that to me is the bigger one.
That
Mark
doesn't hurt.
Andrews.
Isaiah Likely, their backup's damn near better
And
than
then,
Mark
super
yeah,
Andrews.
and likely, dude.
He's a good
I
player.
mean,
Yeah.
not the same body profile, but dude, that guy's catching
Yeah,
balls
he's
left and
really
right.
good.
Yeah, we're talking about pretty deep football teams here, and you want to talk about a deep football team. It's the San Francisco 49ers. To recap, they're 5.5-point favorites. They went on the road in division and absolutely destroyed by 2 touchdowns or whatever it was the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, this is going to be a hard pipe-hitting fucking game, man. These two defenses hit each other.
These are the 2 teams that I can't stand in the NFL. Can't stand either one of these.
I understand why you don't like
Can't stand
The Ratbirds.
either one.
the Ratbirds. Why do you not like San Francisco?
Never liked him. I don't know.
All right.
I have not liked San Francisco from when I was younger. Even when Joe Montana played with them, I didn't like him.
I don't see the weakness on that San Francisco football team. They have 2 MVP. There's 3 MVP candidates playing this football game. 2 of them are from San Francisco, and that's McCaffrey and Brock Purdy. Shockingly, Brock Purdy. And then you got Lamar on the other side. Dan said Mudbud don't like the cold. It ain't going to be cold in San Francisco, or not
don't
terribly
like- yeah,
cold.
no.
Although he wears like a face mask. It doesn't matter if it's like 70 degrees. He wears some weird like burglar face mask. I have no idea why the fuck he does that. Anyway, San Francisco, pretty sizable favorites. At home, -5.5. They going to blow them out, Dan?
I'm taking San Francisco just because it's at home.
I think they blow them out. I think San Francisco's a wildly better football team.
Nick Bosa has like a hatred of black QBs. Like, damn near like 4/5 of
What?
his sacks are against
What
black
does that guy do?
QBs. I swear to God, I saw it on some internet.
That's
on
a
some
stupid
post.
stat. That's not anything
That is
we
a true
advocate
stat.
on this show.
I didn't say it was a good thing. I just said it was a
that's
thing.
nothing we advocate in
This
regards to
dude.
this show. I get it. Who you on?
San Francisco.
We're on best bets. Elephant picks as they go. That's been the full 16 games. Keaton already declared. Who the hell did you declare?
Dallas.
I'm
+1.5.
taking it. That's fucking rude, man. The in-laws coming into town. I don't like it. I got to scan the board for a hot bit. I have no idea right now. Do you know, Dan?
Cleveland.
Again?
Why not?
They're playing.
A
Case
fucking
Keenum.
again.
I don't want to take Dallas because I feel like I'm jumping on his bandwagon, but that's a good pick.
You think so?
That would be my number one. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys both. I think the Finns are going to win that football game. I do.
Mike McDaniels.
My number one is Dallas, but for this, I'll officially take Cleveland for this game, whatever.
Slate.
I hear you. I'm still undecided.
But the Dallas
Chicago,
one I really
man.
like.
I'm not going to. Chicago's a chance on the board. I know I'm taking forever.
Jags,
That's why the show
man.
lasts so long.
Prince.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The
just
Buffalo
gave out.
Bills are going to absolutely destroy the Los Angeles Chargers. They are in an absolute dogfight, playoff lives. They're the 9 seed. They're probably the 3rd or 4th best team in the AFC. They know they're playing for their lives. I think they blow out the Chargers. I think it's over early. I think they win the game by 3 scores. The Buffalo Bills minus 12 points to Robert Jones' chagrin, I'm sure, because I'm, playing a road favorite, double-digit road favorite. I am on the Buffalo Bills. That's been week 16. Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you all. Hopefully Santa finds you. Hopefully they didn't give a bunch of fucking coal in your stocking with their picks this week. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Anyway, we will be done with the 3-man booth next week because Dan gets mad at me when little kids are in the middle.
What a dick.
We're going to have a 4-man booth.
Yeah.
Who's that?
You got to get Mark here.
Hey, is Teddy coming back? Is Teddy in this week?